Hello, welcome back to the channel. I just want to go over this wonderful beauty here, the Magic Sorter. I purchased this probably about 3 months ago. I wanted to give everybody some insight if they decide to get something like this. If you want to be able to organize a bunch of cards, Pokemon, well, they say Pokemon, Magic, there's Star Wars Unlimited, Lorcana. The reason why I wanted to make this video was because it seems like a lot of people are wanting to sell on TCG Player Direct, and try to get into trading card sales. So I figure if I can help out at all, then I feel like I'm doing something. This machine costs about $3,000. It comes from, I believe, Italy or Spain. I can probably find that out and put it in the comments below. It took about 3 to 4 weeks to get here, and at first I don't think it said anything about having to have a subscription. You do need to pay for a subscription. For me, it's $300 for the year. If you don't get the subscription, the machine doesn't work. So that's one kind of downside to this thing. There's also other downsides. I'm going to have to make another video only because there's a lot that goes into this. So when I first purchased the machine, I started, trying to use it. Obviously, I unboxed it. It came mostly assembled. When I first pulled it out of the box, the first thing I noticed was just that it was built very poorly. Everything on it looks like it's, just pieces that got taken out of a trash bin and kind of just like put together, but not even correctly. So the sides are very, very flimsy. The front is just made out of like a molded plastic. It's ran off of a fruit pie, which is just like a small little device that can run NES games and stuff like that. The other thing is it's just the support from the company. So when I purchased the machine, it didn't scan at all. So everything got put together. It took forever for me to get it connected to the internet. I'll go over all this stuff either later in this video or more in depth on another one. So if you buy this machine, they're not going to pretty much help you. They're going to tell you everything's okay. So I figure if there's any kind of questions you guys have, message in the comments, or you can direct message me, and if I know the answer, I'll try my best to help you out so you don't feel like you've wasted a bunch of money like I felt at first. So the very first thing that I noticed was it wasn't scanning cards correctly because the camera angle and the crop angle on the camera itself did not line up correctly with what it needed to see on the card. So on a Magic card, on the bottom left-hand corner, you'll have like a number, and it'll have a set symbol as well, and that's on the top, middle left of the card. So the camera is going to look at the overall picture of the card so it can see the name. It's going to get a set symbol, and it's going to get a numbering on the bottom. Now, if the cards have the numbering moved to the center, like on some of the older cards, it has trouble reading that. But also when it came here straight out of the box, it was supposed to be ready to go, and none of those camera angles matched correctly. So it always went over into the discard pile. So there's 4 stacks. I'll give you an overhead view of this a little bit later, but you'll have 4 stacks, 2 of which are for discard, so cards that the thing can't understand or that they don't know, and then you'll have 4 that are about 1,000 cards each that the machine will come over, read the card, and then you can sort it alphabetically by set, by price, all that kind of stuff, which is all in the settings here, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But if the camera crop angle doesn't match, it's not going to be able to read any of that stuff. So we'll just discard everything, and it'll just show that it's not, it's not reading it. So that is the first issue that I noticed with the machine not working. Before that, if you can't connect to the internet, it also won't work. The Bluetooth on it is horrible. It actually doesn't work, at least on my machine. I tried everything. I walked through a bunch of different types of tutorial videos that I could find on there. Some of the things that they were showing me aren't even on my machine, so I'm noticing that some of the components that they use aren't the same, either if they're trying to make it better or they're running out of parts. I mean, I don't exactly know the backstory to all that stuff, but there was a lot of differences between what other people bought and what I bought, so it was very hard to try to find a solution. So I actually had to get something called an Orbi satellite. It's just an extender. I had to get it put out into my garage, which is where we are right now, and I had to get it to where I had a hard line on there. But again, there is also no connections or anything on the outside of this machine, so I had to physically take this whole piece off and then look for the connector in there. I found it. I had to, weasel a line in through their holes in the bottom here, and then plug it in, then put this whole thing back together. Once it went in, it went through an update, did its own thing. Then we realized they sent me the machine, and it also didn't have any of the proper software already loaded onto it. So I was sitting and waiting, and had to wait, I think it was 9 days or 10 days for them to send me an SD card to upload it with the proper thing. So straight as they sold it to me, it wasn't even ready to be shipped. They said it was their fault. They ended up sending me an SD card to get the proper program on here so that I could run. Once that went on, I had to take the whole machine apart again for a second time. I had to remove the SD card that was on there, which I had to find in the back of it, and then plug the new SD card in. It automatically uploaded. Okay, now we're finally cooking with oil. Once we got it going, that's when I ran into the problem with the camera. There was hella glare, so the LED light that's in there, I needed to actually adjust it, and I also had to adjust the camera angle. Now when I asked them for help on this, they pretty much said, we can see the cards, it's scanning correctly, you just need to try to do it again. So I went with that route of everything's fine, and it just kept on discarding everything. So I'd put in about 1,000 cards, it would sort 8 of them and then discard everything till it shut down because it didn't have any more spaces. But according to them, that was functioning properly. So I wasn't getting any help. I said back again that this isn't working. They said that there's things that they're working on, and that was pretty much it. So that was their customer support help for me. So I just looked at the thing. I'm not tech savvy by any means, but I mean, there's just some common sense stuff. I noticed that when I'm looking at the review in image, that it wasn't showing me any kind of documentation. Like I said, with that bottom left-hand corner, and then with the set symbol, it wasn't lining up with it. So I went into the camera settings, and I changed the angles of where the camera can kind of sit. So process of elimination, as it's scanning, I just kept on changing the angles until it got them into focus. Now, once that happened, it started to recognize cards, so that was a good thing, but there was still a lot that were discarded. So I noticed there's a ton of glare on the card itself from the LED light that's in there. So what I had to do is I detached the light, and I put spacers underneath it to where I lifted it up about a 45-degree angle, which then removed the glare off the top of the card. And then now I'm at a point where I can fill this whole thing up. Just like on this last one, I did 139 cards because I already went through, a full 800 count box. I loaded the whole thing up, and then I had to do 2 runs. It's all I think I did. It was a core set 21, and it found every card. There was no 0 that were not found, so that's a great thing. But when I got the thing as well, I didn't realize, how do I get the information off of this machine, and how do I get it to my store? That wasn't a crazy hard process. When you send them the stuff, they have all their information. It's kind of logged in with your email and everything. So once this machine's done, as long as you put on here mail, you press yes, and then it'll just send you an email with all the cards on there. Now, that is, I mean, you just download it to your computer, and then you can just upload it to your TCG Player store. That's awesome. But the other problem is the suction cup. Now, if it's malfunctioning, you're not going to know, so you have to kind of look at your thing. So if you're not constantly watching this, like I'll always have this thing running. So I'll leave the house, or I'll go play pickleball or hang out with the family or whatever, and this thing's just kind of doing its thing. Now when I come back, it's done, but I don't know how many times the suction cup wasn't able to pick up a card. So if it comes over, scans the card, thinks that it picks it up, moves it over to a place, but it didn't actually pick it up because the suction malfunctioned, it's going to come back over and think there's another copy. So I found this out because I tried to do Pokemon cards. And I'm still in the middle of this problem here. Hopefully we can get a resolution. But I scanned a bunch of Magic cards in. I think we're like 20,000 cards in the store at this point. And I wanted to start to do Pokemon to bring them in there. And I wanted to start with the high dollar stuff, obviously. So full art cards, obviously foil cards, and it wasn't reading anything. Same problem I had before, but this time I could notice that the crop angle on the cards was good. The glare was minimalized, which they're telling me is the problem, even though I've already fixed the glare issue. Now they're pretty much just saying that it's a problem they're working on and I have to be patient. So you spend thousands of dollars on a machine, and I guess you just have to wait to be able to use the machine. So I'm just a guinea pig for whatever they're trying to do without telling me before I purchase the product. Well, I ended up scanning Pokemon cards. Almost all of them didn't actually get scanned. They went to the discard, but there was a good amount that were sorted. So I'm like, okay, that's great. Well, once I pulled the report, it said that it processed like 300 cards out of the 1,000 I put in there. The rest were discarded, so 700 discarded cards. But when I go on to what was logged, 13 cards were logged, including 13 different cards. But I noticed that there's a Charizard that was on there, and I had 238 copies of it. Which there was only one in there, but it just kept on trying to pull the same card, thinking that I had 200 copies because the suction cup was malfunctioning. Still haven't figured that problem out yet. I have the Magic card side pretty much locked in, and it's going well, so we're just going through a bunch of our cards in stock. I'll kind of give you an idea and show you what I'm dealing with here. We have probably over 1 million cards, but we're going to try to get everything organized, and I'm going to try to make this kind of like a little studio and make the production a little bit better. Right now I'm just you see in my garage door and everything. So but I just wanted to get this out only because there's people buying this product. They are spending thousands of dollars on this, and if I didn't figure out what to do with the camera, it would still just be sitting here. They do not want to give a return whatsoever, and their customer service, not only are they smart when they bring them back, and by smart I mean just kind of being a dick about hey, I'm your customer, you should be able to help me at some capacity. To just tell me I'm wrong, we can see everything that's happening. Machine's fine. Why would I be messaging you? Why would I say anything to you? If everything was working fine, why would I have a problem and then ask you for a resolution? And then you just tell me kind of just to deal with it. So I just want people to be really aware that if you're going to buy at least this Magic sorter, what you're going to be getting. I have not used another sorter. I haven't used like the Roca. I haven't used the Sort Machine. I think it's like a Sort Machine 3.0 is the name of it. I might be looking into some other machines, and because this one seems to only really work for Magic. But I just wanted other people to kind of know what was going on. I'm going to give a couple different camera angles of stuff. I'm going to show you some things close up on kind of how this thing works, and then how I unload it, how I load it, and then the other process I do to be able to, you know, get the cards sorted and all that everything. I'm going to do it on a different video just so I can be a little bit more in depth, and then you know, we'll go from there. But I just wanted to really touch base on this machine just so that you guys are aware. If you're going to spend the money, you know, buyer beware, buyer beware. You know, stay tuned, subscribe. If you have any questions about this, I will help as much as I possibly can. I don't have all the answers yet. I do know a good amount, but I do want to just throw the caution out there. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video.